The following Jackass Nation production is powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx.
Man, this beat is tough. Coming to you from the Kayfabe studio in Highland Park, Texas. He was born in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Raised by Wilson Fisk on the streets of Hell's Kitchen, New York, and did his studies in FABOLOUS Sin City, Las Vegas. He's straight out of Compton and brought to you in part by the Offshoots Network. He's pro wrestler, four-time MPX Tag Team Champion, writer, podcaster, bringing you his opinions on film, TV, professional wrestling, sports, and everyday life. He is the Jersey Jackass B.C. And you're listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. On tonight's show, 100 episode celebration. And now, your host, the Jackass. Yo, it is what it is. And what it is it is what it is with the Jackass. This is your host, the one, the only, the Jersey Jackass, your boy, B to the C. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is a very special episode because this is episode 100 of It Is What It Is. We're going to have a quick look back on this show. We're going to talk a little bit about the summer that was the summer of the Jackass. And we're going to, once again, Matt is joining us for a recap of this week's Game of Thrones. We're going to try to keep this week a little bit shorter than last week. I know it definitely took over the entire episode, but we will do our best to make sure that doesn't happen this time, but can't promise anything. Also, join the conversation. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA on Twitter. And follow me on all the social media at RealJackassBC, RealJackassBC. Remember, that works on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Hell, it works on Xbox Live. Speaking of Xbox Live, if you're playing any Injustice, you can join my Injustice Guild. Just go search for the Jackass Nation, all one word. And you'll be able to join there. Come join me. We'll play a little bit of Injustice. It'll have a lot of bit of fun. Anyway, guys, I want to thank y'all for downloading this 100th episode. And once again, this is our second episode that we are powered by Cinelinx.com. Cinelinx, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx. Now, I had already recorded pretty much all of the episode last time before we got the announcement and we got the idea to start putting it on to Cinelinx. So I just want to take a minute to say thank you to Jordan Mason and once again Matt, who will be on a little bit later, for letting me start. For powering It Is What It Is now. It's really cool to get this up there, and that doesn't mean that the Jackass Nation Podcast Channel is going anywhere. It's just going to be, It Is What It is the only show you're going to find on Cinelinx. And that doesn't mean that we're leaving the Offshoots Nation. The Offshoots have been so instrumental in me becoming a podcaster and being on here and all the different shows and getting better at my craft. So we are still a part of the Offshoots Nation. Everything you hear on the Jackass Nation Podbean channel, you will still hear on the Offshoots. And It Is What It is still an Offshoots podcast. We are just now powered by Cinelinx.com. I started writing for Cinelinx a little more than a year ago or whatnot now, and man, it's been great to be a part of the Cinelinx family. I get to do a lot of really cool things thanks to Cinelinx.com and Jordan. So I am always grateful to them. And I'm just, once again, extremely happy to have this show on the website. So do not forget to go check out Cinelinx, where you can catch all your movie news, reviews, television news, everything there is. There's a whole bunch of other shows on there, like the Father Gamer podcast. Channel Control is powered by Cinelinx, and of course SCNS Live, which you guys know is one of the best nerd shows on the internet. So do not miss that one either, guys. Anyway, so, we're going to have a fun little episode for you. We're going to get into a bunch of different things and talk a whole lot of just about everything we can, talk about this summer that was. It was a hell of a summer and a lot of fun, so we're going to break into that, and we're going to talk a little bit about what this podcast has meant to me and to do 100 episodes and how cool that is. But before we get into that, guys, I just want to say that, it's a brand new month. It is my birthday month. And, when I was a kid, I used to call myself King B.C., and I ran a kingdom. And it's everywhere around me was my kingdom. Anywhere that I went became my kingdom. And I was King B.C., and people even called me King B.C., and it's very fitting because August's Loot Crate theme is Kingdom, featuring The Legend of Zelda, The Lord of the Rings, Adventure Time, and much, much more. Tons of properties that you can lose yourself in. Loot Crate is a monthly subscription box service which provides boxes of geek and gaming related merchandise, and as always includes a monthly t-shirt and pin. And right now, you can get your Loot Crate for a little bit less for the first time. All you got to do is go to lootcrate.com/SCNSlive, and you can get a discount on your first box of loot. You want to see what you're missing out on, all you got to do is go and check out youtube.com/SCNSlive. We have unboxing videos up of all the greatest Loot Crates. July's is about to go up probably this weekend sometime, so be watching for that. You can see what you missed out in July, and you do not want to miss out on any more of Loot Crate. So go to lootcrate.com/SCNSlive. Click the link in the subscription of this video or this podcast below, or also you can just put in the promo code SCNSlive at checkout, and you can get your discount on your first box of loot. So, mad shout out to those at Loot Crate. We appreciate y'all for helping us out. So, all right, guys, we got a big show going down this weekend. It is MPX Personal Issues. It is going down, and look, apparently your boy Kenny Steele is not okay because last week at Purple Rain he lost the MPX Championship. So there's a lot going down this weekend on August 12th at the MPX Arena in Bedford, Texas. It takes place at 510 Harwood Road, Bedford, Texas, 76021. Doors open at 7:30. You guys do not want to miss it. It's going to be another great show. Because of what happened this past weekend at MPX Purple Rain, Randy Wayne defeated 7 others in the Hateful Eight match to become the Prospect Championship. And now Cody Dickerson, who has defeated 2 others to become the number 1 contender for the Prospect Championship, we are now getting Randy Wayne, the Outlaw, the Prospect Champion, taking on Doomsday, Cody Dickerson. Going to be one hell of a match. The MPX Championship will be on the line Saturday night when the new MPX champion, DTF's Brent McKenzie, faces off with the magnificent Maliko 1-on-1. Brent just won the title, but now he faces a former MPX champion, the man who pinned him to win the Monsters Ball. What will happen when these two madmen lock up? You'll have to be there Saturday night to find out. Jordan Lennox returns to MPX, and he has some unfinished business with DTF. Scott McKenzie and Lennox face off at Personal Issues for the first time. Will Lennox rejecting DTF's offer be a big mistake, or will he put down the master of the DDT? The Lover Boy is back, and he's going to be taking on an immortal. Larry Canis returns to MPX and has Jason Silver standing in his way. Can the immortal defeat the Lover Boy? Better yet, will the lovely MPX addicts in the audience be able to resist the Lover Boy's machismo? Max Sterling says his elimination from the Hateful Eight match this past Saturday was a fluke. A fluke, he says. And he is still at the top of MPX this Saturday. Nigel Rabbit has seen fit to place Max Sterling in a match to show everyone he is at the top when he faces off against one of the top wrestlers at MPX, Baby D. Can Max keep it classy and still get a win? You're going to have to be there to find out. The challenge was issued by Michael Schaefer. No more manners match. Friend of the show, Mike Schaefer, has had enough and he's not going to take it anymore. A match where anything goes. There's not going to be any manners, but the challenge has been accepted. Unfortunately, it's been accepted twice. My boy, Frankie Fisher, and my homie, Stephen Kirby, both signed up for the No More Manners match. Nigel Rabbit has declared this to be a three-way dance. That means there is no winner until two competitors have been eliminated. It's going down this Saturday night. Guys, you do not want to miss out. All these matches plus so much more. Metroplex Wrestling is the best place to be on a Saturday night in Dallas, Texas. Do not miss out. I'm warning you guys, this is not something that you guys do not want to be at. So make sure you're there. Going to be one hell of a show. So this past weekend was my birthday, guys. I had an absolute blast. I went out to Las Vegas to celebrate. We had a lot of fun. We had a good time back where I studied. Normally I come home from Vegas up. There's actually never been a time that I have not come home from Las Vegas with money. Unfortunately, that did not go as planned this year. Came home down a lot, a whole lot. But that's all right. It's not about the money. It's about going out to Las Vegas, celebrating my birthday, and having a damn good time. And we did have a blast. We stayed at the Aria. This is the first time I stayed there. Let me tell you what, they have some of the best penthouses I have ever seen. Absolutely incredible. The staff was very nice. They have great craps tables. I actually did not lose money at the Aria. I didn't lose. I lost most of my money at where did I lose the money? It might have been Harrah's or over in that general area somewhere around there. Maybe over there by the Flamingo or something. That's where we went down the most. We actually went on a good run Saturday night at the Aria. Caught back up a little bit, but not enough to get me out of the red. Definitely still in the red by the end of the weekend, but that's all right, guys. We're doing okay. Had a blast. The Muscle Zach T was there. My boy Teddy Ukaluk was there. My buddy James Pena showed up. Who else did I get to hang out with? Teddy brought his wife. My mom and my pops hung out with us. My boy T-Rex showed up. So it was definitely a good time. We had a blast. Vegas is just one of those cities, man, that I always have fun in. Always love to go back there. I spend just about every one of my birthdays back in Las Vegas. I can only stand about 3 days. 3 days, 2 nights is normally about it. And after that, I'm like, okay, I got to get up out of here because it's just too much drinking and not enough sleep. So, but we did have fun. Hit the piano bar up, had a good time there. Dueling pianos over there at Harrah's. If you haven't been there, that's definitely a place you should check out if you're in Las Vegas, Nevada. We went to eat at Wahlburgers. Got one of their burgers there. They're okay. They're not bad. They're pretty damn good. Sweet potato tots are probably the best I had there. But it was a good burger, man. I really enjoyed it. Good to see the Wahlburgers doing all right there, man. So that was a lot of fun too. But all right, guys, we are going to take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how important and how awesome this summer of the Jackass was. We'll be right back.
Hey, Jackass Nation fans, this is Trey from the Offshoots. If you can, please go subscribe to the Offshoots Network, where you'll be able to pick up shows like the one you are currently listening to. Plus, you'll get the Offshoots, the Nigel Rabbit Show, Bootleg Radio, the Lucha Lounge with Steve DeMarco, Talking Smack with Christopher Hayden, and so much more coming down the pike. As we grow, we want you to grow with us. Please go subscribe.
Hey guys, Jason the X for SCNS Live. Make sure you check us out on youtube.com/SCNS Live. Every Thursday night, we got a live show for you guys. If you like the channel and subscribe to it for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more, we are powered by Cinelinx.com. And as always, keep on nerding.
All right, so that was the Summer of the Jackass. It all went down. Why do I call it the Summer of the Jackass? Is because this was one hell of a busy summer for me, guys. We were all over the nation working and having a good time, grinding, doing what we could. Started out with E3, heading out to Los Angeles, and that was a lot of fun. Had a good time out there. To be honest, I didn't know what to expect from E3. E3 is not something that I'm normally ready or excited for. As much as I do love video games, I'm not that big into the majority of games. I like what I like, and then I don't really branch out much. And I like Battlefront, Injustice, obviously, WWE, Madden, NBA, and Grand Theft Auto. But other than that, I'm not a big fan of the majority of video games out there. I don't really, if it's not one of those games. And 9 times out of 10, it's actually Injustice that I'm playing. Other than that, I'm not really playing anything else. So E3 is not something that I get too hyped about. I'm not excited about all the new games coming out and whatnot. I'm just, I'm ready for the next WWE. I'm ready for the next Grand Theft Auto. And other than that, that's where I stand. But E3 was a lot of fun, man. I made some friends. I met some new people. Made some good connections out there. Had a lot of fun with Eric and Matt, man. It was an absolute blast. And then we got to check out the QuakeCon party, which was probably one of the cooler things that I've ever done out there. It was an open bar, free food, and then they put on one hell of a show showing us what they have coming from QuakeCon, and then having the Chainsmokers perform and whatnot. So E3 was definitely something that I really enjoyed doing, and I look forward to probably doing it again next year, man. I had such a good time out there, and I think next year I will actually apply as press and go to more of the events, rather, because really all I did was go to the QuakeCon event. I was going to go to the EA Play, but I don't do lines. That's not me. I'm not a line person. So I did not go to EA Play because I didn't want to wait in line. Instead, I went to a bar and got drunk. And by going to said bar, I went to Barney's Beanery there in Burbank, California. I realized that I am a huge fan of Barney's Beanery, and it is now my go-to bar in Los Angeles. It's somewhere that I like to go and hang out. So that's mad respect there. But yeah, E3 was a lot of fun. It was a new experience for me. It was something that I look forward to maybe doing again. In the future, I'm definitely going to apply for press if we have any room to go. So yeah, it was absolute greatness. Next up, we took a trip and I went to Lake Tahoe for some relaxation. Visited my sister for her birthday. We went out on a boat. That's right, I'm on a boat. And that was a lot of fun, man. I don't get to go out on boats much. I used to have one back in the day, but I do not have that anymore, and it really disappoints me because I really miss having a boat. I really miss going out on the lake. And Lake Tahoe, if you've never been, is one of the most beautiful cities in all of the United States. It's just so peaceful, so relaxing. It's quiet out there. You could gamble right there in Reno. And then going out on the lake at night or during the day, whenever, it's just crystal blue water. It is absolutely stunning to be around. So somewhere that you need to put on your bucket list of places you want to go. I have yet to be out there during ski season. I would love to go skiing, but unfortunately I have not been able to do so as of yet. But one of these days I am going to get out there and go skiing. So I left Tahoe and went back to Los Angeles just for a couple days. I had an appearance on the DC Movie News Show on the Popcorn Talk Network. For those of you who know the Popcorn Talk Network, know that I was on Marvel Movie News a couple years back. I sat on the couch just as a guest or as a fan. And this year, that's what I expected to do at DC Movie News. I was going to sit on the couch and just kind of hang out. And then when Mr. Mike Kalinowski could not make the show, Johnny and Roxy and Adam Gertler decided they wanted to put me on the panel itself. That was, if you guys remember the video where we talked about that, it was one of the coolest things that I have ever done. To be a part of that was truly awesome, and I made great friends. I'm so happy that I got to get there and meet Roxy and meet Adam Gertler. Roxy then again turned around and really helped me out by helping me get into Hall H and teaching me what exactly I needed to do to be in there and everything. So again, shout out to Roxy Stryer, who is one of the best. If you guys don't follow Roxy on social media, you definitely need to go follow her. She is beautiful. She is funny. She is one of the most intelligent women I have ever met. So go and check out TV Fights and DC Movie News, and I believe she has a couple different shows on Anchor, so go check those out. Roxy is the best. And not to mention my boy Johnny LaQuasto, who was fun to actually be on a panel with him and on a show with him. That really felt a lot, and I really felt like I learned a lot and I grew a lot there, and I once again got better by being on that show with him. So, me and Johnny, we've known each other for quite a while, and it's really good to be. I'm really excited to be able to call him a friend. We had a good time out there, and he is one of the best stand-up comedians out there, guys. He just hit the Billboard Top 10 for a comedy album, so you have got to go check him out. Go to QuastoAlbum.com. I think it's QuastoAlbum.com. Let me double check that to make sure I'm right. Yep, that's it. QuastoAlbum.com. So definitely go check that out. You can find the link in the description of this video below, so go down there and check that out. Guys, I've already listened to the whole thing all the way through. It is hilarious. Johnny is one of the best. It's so much different than any other comedy album out there right now because it's not only just stand-up comedy. He's got commercials and songs. It's hilarious. You guys have got to check it out. So, anyway, other than doing the DC Movie News out there, I was hanging out at Barney's Beanery, my go-to bar, as I've already said, and I ran into none other than the one, the only, Jay Washington. Those of you who don't know Jay Washington, he is also a comedian out in Los Angeles, and he is a part of the Screen Junkies team. And he is a semi-retired professional wrestler. Went by the name the Urban Gladiator Trauma. Out in Chicago and a little bit there in California. And so we got to talking about the business, and I'm happy to say that, Jay and I are pretty good friends now, and I got mad respect for him. He's one of the best guys around that I've known. I'm so glad to have met him and to be able to call him a friend now. So, anyway, that trip was really just kind of Oh, yeah, you know what else I got to do? I got to hang out with my buddy, Matt Mahoney. If y'all don't know Matt Mahoney, he is, coming up soon, you'll be able to catch Batman and Harley in a couple theaters for, I think it's one night only, maybe 2 nights, all across the nation. So if you go and watch Batman and Harley in theaters, look at the credits. As soon as the credits start rolling, the very first name that hits is the associate producer, Matt Mahoney. He is a good friend of mine, and I am so happy for him. We grew up together, and I'm so excited that he's doing so well out there working for Warner Brothers. So definitely a film y'all want to check out. And I got to hang out with him, catch up with him. He's doing good. Now, the big main event, obviously, as y'all know, is I spent so much time in San Diego for San Diego Comic-Con, where I once again made a lot of connections, hanging out with the Screen Junkies, hanging out with the Schmoes, and just having an all-around good time and doing a whole bunch of stuff and covering San Diego. And, made me one step closer to not only moving to California, but to getting on with the Schmoes and getting on with Screen Junkies, maybe even Collider. And those of you who ask, what does that mean for SCNS? What does that mean for Cinelinx? Just because I'm in California does not mean I am not a part of SCNS Live or Cinelinx.com. Those of you who know me know that I'm a very loyal person, and I always, I'm always loyal to those who help me get where I am going. And those who always want to be, those who I can trust, those who are always around me, I'm always loyal and respectful to them. So I will always be a part of SCNS as long as they want me to be there. I will always be there. Just because I'm in California doesn't mean I'm not going to come back and be on the show here and there every now and then whenever I get an opportunity. Just because I'm in California, I can continue to write for Cinelinx, and I can actually maybe get better opportunities and maybe some more exclusive information being out there closer to Hollywood. So maybe I can do a little bit better writing for you guys when I'm out there. So do not fear, just because one day I'm going to be on the national stage with the Schmoes, that does not mean that I am not a part of SCNS Live, which I love and which is one of the best shows around. And we're going to continue to grow. A rising tide raises all ships. So as I grow, SCNS grows. That's how we do it. And once again, finally, we spent the end of the week, end of the summer in Las Vegas, Nevada, having a good time for my birthday. I think next year, I'm going to plan one more trip right after Vegas, probably toward the end of August. Go to the beach somewhere, maybe Hawaii or Destin, Florida, maybe the Caribbean, something like that, just to unwind, because this summer really was one hell of a grind, man. It was nonstop, go, 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 go. Even the relaxing parties were still just a party. And I'm telling you, man, it's been nice to know that I'm going to be sitting here at the house for a while and not leaving town again, because that stuff really did drag on me. It really did get me a little bit. But anyway, guys, it was a blast. And I think we did a really good job covering everything this summer and really growing in what we do. So the Jackass Nation continues to grow, and I'm once again thankful to everyone that I met along the way, everyone that helped me, and to Cinelinx, Johnny LaQuasto, Jay Washington, Mark Ellis, everyone, everywhere, Zach Marchand, Matt Maleros, everybody, Maliaros, my bad. Everybody has helped me so much to continue to grow, and we will continue to do that, because we've been doing this for 100 episodes right here on It Is What It Is. And after this next commercial break, we're going to come back and talk a little bit about what 100 episodes means to me. So we will be right back.
Cinelinx presents Channel Control, where Matt, BC, and I, Rob, get together and talk about TV news and give you our take on what's going on in TV land. We'll also take you channel surfing, where we talk about what shows we watched that week and what we've liked about it. Find out what shows have been renewed or canceled, or just find out what TV series has been released on DVD, Blu-ray that week. Channel Control is a weekly YouTube show, so head on over, subscribe, check out our videos, give us a like, turn on your notifications so you know when our new shows are up, and you can also follow us at Channel Control on Twitter. And now, back to BC.
100 episodes is a pretty big deal, especially given that I really started this podcast so I could get better at reading the news for SCNS Live. I never really expected this to go very many places. And then immediately, as soon as I started it, I want to say thank you to Trey Mack, who, I don't know, 1, maybe 2 episodes in, was immediately like, hey, do you want to put your podcast on the Offshoots network? At the time, network. And I was like, hell yes, I want to put it on the Offshoots network. Not only does that give me, a great audience to play to and to build off of. I already have a built-in audience, so mad respect there. But I had no idea how to get this thing onto iTunes. So if you listen to us on iTunes or SoundCloud or now iHeartRadio, that's all thanks to Trey Mack and the Offshoots Nations, because I had no idea how to do it. I still have no idea how to do it. So, I honestly didn't know exactly what I was going to do with it. I just figured I was going to get on here and just kind of do some things. And I've had an absolute blast bringing guests on, having fun with it. and getting to talk to people, man. You know, I always wish I could bring on more people, more friends. It's just the way our wrestlers' schedules are so tight and so hard to deal with. And as well, you know, my actor friends and everyone on SCNS Live, everyone, you know, we have really busy schedules. We're all trying to grind. We're all trying to grow. We're all trying to get better. And so, you know, it's really difficult for me to bring people on. I always want to bring more people on just to bullshit around, just to hang out and talk and you know, get to know people a little better. You know, whether I know them, I know I'm going to get Bam Bam on here soon. I really want Larry Liddell on. Speaking of Larry, you need to check out his YouTube channel too. Andy Dalton I want to bring on here still. But we've had some great guests over the time. Chris Lemche, who's always come through all the time. And all the cast of SCNS. Karrion Arcane is always one of my favorite people to have on here, and he's definitely going to be on here again very soon. Now, I wanted the 100th episode. This was going to be a really big deal to me. I wanted the 100th episode to be Karrion Arcane, Frankie Fisher, Christopher Hayden, and then perhaps Anthony Marticio and Kyle Davis. Unfortunately, that did not work out. We almost had it to where it was going to be Karrion Arcane and Frankie Fisher, but I forgot to take my recorder with me when we went on the road, so we didn't get it recorded. But I tell you what, the episode that never was on the road was a lot of fun. But, so I promise I am one day going to have the Genesis crew up on here. We're going to have a round table or however table it is that we have it, and it's going to be a great episode, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. Arcane has always been a staple to Milestone episodes, and as we come close to our second year of doing this, I'm going to have him on again very soon. I promise you that. I know he's been thinking about doing his own podcast, and I would love to get it here on the Jackass Nation. But the Jackass Nation Podcast Channel really started with this. Actually, what it started with was we were going to have Jackass TV on YouTube. And unfortunately, the idea kind of fell through, and it didn't completely get moving the way it needed to. So we never really got going. And then I decided, you know, okay, well, why don't I start up a podcast, you know? And to figure it out, I had to have a channel and all that. So I turned the Jackass TV into the Jackass Nation Podcast Channel. And as they say, the rest is history. And here we are, episode 100 of It Is What It Is with the Jackass. And I cannot be happier, I could not be prouder, I could not be more thankful to each and every one of you guys for downloading and listening and hanging out with me here on the show. So before we go into our next commercial break, just go out on Twitter, use the hashtag IiWiIJA. Let me know one of your favorite moments from the past 100 episodes of It Is What It Is. And, maybe I'll read them out next week or something like that. So, all right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, it'll be time for Game of Thrones.
The Jackass Nation Podcast Channel, with shows like It Is What It Is with the Jackass, Jackass Reviews, Go Home, Jackass 1, a Star Wars podcast, and many more. Check us out at jackassnation.podbean.com.
All right, we are here. It's time to get into that part of the show where we're going to talk this week's Game of Thrones. So if you have not watched this week's Game of Thrones entitled Spoils of War, you're going to want to skip ahead right now. I don't have a timestamp at the exact moment, but I will come back and put one in, and I'll put it in right about here. You want to come back at 1 hour, 2 minute, and 15 seconds. That's 1 hour, 2 minute, 15 seconds. You'll be good. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and skip to there. Now, I am joined by my Game of Thrones expert buddy, the one, the only, Coach Matt. Coach, what's going on?
What an amazing episode of Game of Thrones. We talked last week about how that was the best episode. Nah, this one squashed it.
Yeah. This might be my favorite episode of all time.
It was so good. I mean, Battle of the Bastards, I think, was my favorite episode of all time, but this one, oh man, like this is like a close second.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it, and as my girl Danny would say, well, that didn't play. Well, damn. Okay.
Shall we begin?
Shall we begin? That's what we were going for there, but it decided it did not want to play. So, all right. Anyway, so we're gonna start off over at King's Landing. You know, Cersei's talking with the damn the Iron Bank, getting our debts paid. Everything's good. We got our money, and now we have their backing, and we're gonna build a new army to go against Daenerys.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed whenever they went over to Jaime and Bronn, and he said, "Oh yeah, the cart with all the gold has safely crossed through the wall."
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, now nothing's going to happen, and now the Iron Bank is actually going to back the Iron Throne.
See, I liked that because they're going to need something.
Yeah.
As we see, we're thinking that Dany and them got everything under control. We're going to go in there. We're going to destroy everybody. But then Cersei comes back, and she takes out the Unsullied. Or she kind of fools the Unsullied. She takes out the Greyjoy army, and now Dany's got her back against the wall. But as we see later on, she doesn't so much have her back against the wall. Cersei's going to need something to make this a fight. So I'm okay with the fact that she got the money and we're all cleared there.
Now, I'm curious who she's going to use that money to go get. Like, is it going to be a bunch of sellswords? Is it going to be a bunch of, like, a slave army or something like that? Because, or is she just going to invest in a whole bunch of scorpions to try and take down all the dragons? That's going to be interesting to see what she does with that. But yeah, that having the Iron Bank behind her is going to be dangerous later on.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is going to add to her and help her build that war. But other than those little conversations, and you see how it was, because it was kind of like last episode. I think his name is Tycho or whatever the dude's name is, who's in charge of the damn Iron Bank.
Oh, I don't know his name.
He's sitting there and he's just like, yeah, you need to get us our money. And now that he's got the money, he's like, so you need some backing? You need some help now? Now that you've paid us and you don't owe us, what do you need? How can we help you a little more?
So a quick, pull back the curtain a little bit. I actually used to work at a bank.
Yeah.
So when he was talking about how he's like, well, we like to invest and we like to back certain ventures, I was like, oh yeah, that's total banker mentality right there. Like, as soon as you get your money back, you're like, how about we give you a little bit more? Let's double our money again.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly, because we got that line where he's like, well, a lot of people are going to be disappointed that you paid us because they like the interest.
Yeah.
Either way. All right, let's jump over here to Winterfell, where Littlefinger is giving Bronn a little bit of a present.
And it's the dagger that tried to kill him.
Exactly, and you can say, and like they said when Bronn goes to give it to Arya later on, you get that line that's like, wait a minute, Littlefinger doesn't do things just to be nice. What did he want from you?
Yeah, that was a curious thing. But before we get to that, I barely heard it whenever Bran said it.
Chaos is a ladder.
Chaos is a ladder. And I didn't pick up on that. When he just looks at me, he's like, chaos is a ladder. I was like, what was that? Hold up, rewind. What did you say?
I had to go it again the second time to get it too. But like getting it, because we see that Littlefinger is trying to get his hands on it and find out, like, oh, this is the real born Stark. Like, this is Lord of Winterfell. I need to maybe get in with him.
And that's what we thought. We talked about that last week, that's what he was going to try to do, and maybe that dagger was going to be part of that, like a gesture of goodwill.
But then he gives him that chaos is a ladder, which is a remark that he made to Varys. early on, which basically set, it helped set this whole thing in motion.
Yeah.
And him going, how did you know that? Like, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on now.
That's what I love about Bran right now, is that, like, he just keeps saying, like, the most creepiest things ever, and everybody's just like, the hell is going on with this guy? But
he's also, like, the worst prophet ever.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't just be like, yo, so that Daenerys chick, her and Jon, they're family. This guy started all this shit. And here's what's going to happen in the war, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, White Walkers, they're coming. This is how we're going to defeat them, or how they're going to, say something, dude.
No, he's like, you were beautiful when you were raped that one night. Like, really?
Oh, man. So, anyway, we get our next... This season really should have been called Game of Thrones Season 7 Reunion.
Yes.
Because everyone's getting a reunion here. Arya, I told you.
I told you. As soon as it happened, I was like, crap, I'm going to have to come back
she
on.
Was going north.
Yeah. I did not expect it. I thought that her with Nymeria was a pivot back to her going to King's Landing. And nope. But I loved it. I loved her going back.
You know what? I teared up when Sansa and Jon reunited. Yeah. I teared up when
the banners came down. Like, that was a powerful moment.
I oddly teared up when Bran and Sansa reunited. I liked the scene, but I didn't get emotional when Arya and Sansa saw each other.
Well, it was really cool because there was a lot of callbacks in this episode. Mm-hmm. And we had Chaos as a ladder with Bran, and then you had the two guards not letting Arya in. And if you remember from, I think it was the first season...
Guards don't like her.
Yeah, guards don't like her. It was the two Lannister men, or the King's Guard, who were standing in front of the castle at King's Landing that would not let her in on Season 1.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing where it was like... But this time it was Sansa instead of the Hand of the King, which was Ned Stark. So that was kind of a cool little moment, too. I liked her coming back and being like, this is my home. I know what I'm doing. I know where everything is.
Yeah.
And then eventually having that moment with Sansa and how nobody believes her that she has a list.
I love how she keeps telling people about her list and then just starts to laugh.
Yeah.
And it's just the greatest thing ever.
Until Bran comes in and is like, she's on her list. You actually have a list?
and you get that moment, she's like, who else is on the list? And it's kind of like man, I was kind of mean to you. Who else on your list? Am I there? How does this work? Are you going to kill me?
When she asked that question, I was like, was Sansa ever on that list? Like, I can't... No, I don't... No, she wasn't. She wasn't.
And then we get probably one of the greatest duels.
Yeah.
Between Arya and Brienne. Them just working it out there. And I love that. Oh, no, you can't use that sword. It's too small. Okay, bitch. Let's go.
and it really showed how much Arya has grown. Mm-hmm. And that was probably the best part of it all, because she's a badass now. Oh, yeah. Like, you already knew that after what you saw with her going with the Faceless Men and all that. But now you're seeing it in play. Now you're seeing what she can do in a fight. And it's amazing because, like, throughout the entire series, all she kept saying was what Syrio Forel once told her.
Yeah.
Be like water. You are water. You are a water dancer. And that's what she was. Like, she exemplified that in this episode, in this duel against Brienne. And it was awesome to watch. That was so cool. Like, and Brienne wasn't holding back. Like, she was at first.
Yeah.
But then she realized, oh, wait, no, she's a fighter.
Yeah.
And
then Brienne decided, I'm going to try and kill this girl.
Yep.
Like, she was going in for her. And it just wasn't working. It was great to see. And it was great to see how Brienne kind of like, and Podrick reassures her on this, but she realizes, man, I have fulfilled my oath to Caitlyn.
Yes.
You know? And it's just really good to see that this has come full circle like this.
And it's a nice alternative to what's in the books. Yeah. Because in the books, Catelyn Stark comes back to life and is known as Lady Stoneheart, and has a one-on-one with Brienne and ends up saying, you never kept your oaths to anyone. You might as well call that sword Oathkeeper, instead call it Oathbreaker.
Oh.
Yeah. it gets pretty dark with Brienne. So this is a nice little, nice alternative to her story.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I did love it. I think I'm ready for Arya and Jon Snow.
I am too, but
That's the
I
meeting
don't know if that's going to happen until next season, though, because the way it seems right now, it doesn't seem like Jon is going back to Winterfell anytime soon. But you know what it does seem like? It does seem like Jon and Daenerys are going to get married. And the reason I say that is because Jon is unwilling to bend the knee.
Yep.
But she needs his help in the north.
And we're getting to that when they're sitting there in the cave in Dragonstone, and he's showing them, look at the drift. This is what we're about to start mining.
Yeah.
This is what we're gonna do. I want you to see this, and I want you to see these cave drawings. You see the cave drawings, you get it in that close quarters there, that there's really already, something building between them. And I keep going, damn it, Bran! Damn it! Do your job!
It's weird. It's really weird because that's his aunt.
Yeah.
And nobody knows it. And I swear, they're going to get married. They're going to consummate the marriage, whatever. And then they're going to be like in the midst of war. And then Bran's going to come out and be like, by the way, you're a Targaryen. And then just go away. And then suddenly Jon's like, the hell? I just married my aunt? It's going to happen. Yeah. It's got to happen.
And then it is, and I'm so worried that it's gonna. I hope they can tell him before that happens.
Yeah.
And my buddy's just like, dude, that's not a problem in Game of Thrones. I'm like, no, that's just Cersei and Jaime.
No, the Targaryens, they have a long line of marrying each other.
Whatever. Look, Danny needs to be single till I get there. Okay, I'm just saying.
Next season, you getting there next season?
I'll be there.
You're on
eventually.
your way.
I'm heading that way.
2019.
Look, I'm following the White Walkers. They don't know. They still think I'm one of them.
Oh, okay. Do you still just wear shorts and flip flops?
I do.
In the snow, it's like super cold.
It works. It's fine.
Okay, just making sure.
The New York in me, I get the cold. It's all right. So they walk out of this cave, and there's Tyrion and Varys, and they're like, yo, we took Castle Rock. And they're like, good, all right, awesome. No, not so good.
Not great.
So we get the news, and Danny's immediately like, can I just go burn shit? Like, this is dumb. Everything you're doing is not helping me, Tyrion.
Yeah.
Let me go burn shit.
Yep.
And they're like, you can't do that. So she turns to Jon. And she's like, well, what do you think? And Jon's like, yeah, you can't just go burn shit.
Well, yeah, because he's trying to say, like, if you want to be different, you want to be a different ruler than a Targaryen would just go burn everything down with their dragons. Mm-hmm. You just want to go burn everything down with your dragons. So if you want to be different, don't go burn everything down with your dragons.
Exactly. You can't do that. And so, you still get that she wants to just get on Dragon and just go.
Yeah.
But we don't know what's going to happen. And next up, we have another reunion. Theon shows up. And Jon was ready to... Oh, boy.
He wanted to kill him.
Jon wanted to get him.
I didn't realize that Theon and Jon were going to have a moment together until I saw the previews again, and I was like, oh crap, they are so going to have a moment together, because I forgot that Theon and Jon were in the same area.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be worse.
Yeah.
I thought Jon was going to beat the hell out of him. But even the intimidation factor where he threatens him and is like, look, what you did for Sansa is the only reason you're alive. That was kind of enough, but I feel like Theon should have more coming to him, because if it wasn't for Theon, Robb might still be alive.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't have had to go back north to try and take back his home, all that other crap that happened. But frickin' Theon, man.
All right, so we're on the road. The gold has made it all the way to King's Landing, but the army has not. Neither has the food. We're heading over there. We get a lot of Bronn this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, which is funny because you even said last week that you didn't remember Bronn was even there.
Yeah.
And this week, you really saw a lot of Bronn.
And it was really cool seeing him. He's like, well, what about that castle? Can I have that castle? He's
yeah.
Like, dude, we're still at war.
You don't want that
Danny
castle.
Can come take that at any second.
Yeah.
And so we're thinking that she's going to go and burn... She's not going to go burn the Red Keep.
Yeah.
But we're going to go burn these fools on the all their food, and we're going to burn them. And here's my question to you about this: is this her Do you think this was her not agreeing with them, or do you think they came up with the idea like, look, you can't go burn the Red Keep, but soldiers are fair game?
I would say yes. I think it was a little bit of both, because I think Daenerys was like, look, I need to do something. I need to do something with my dragons. I gotta show force. And meanwhile, you've got Tyrion, who probably said, look, they just took this castle. It's going to take a long time for them to get all those resources back to King's Landing. That might be where you attack. And then, boom, that's exactly what she did. Because it would be weird if suddenly she was like, screw it, I'm not listening to any of you guys. I'm going to do it all on my own.
That's what I thought too, although a lot of people were sitting there and saying, well, that she just went and did it anyway. I was like, well, I think this is different, because this isn't like civilization. This is soldiers.
Yeah.
And she's coming in and burning anyone she can.
Yes.
So.
Plus now you've got the Dothraki in Westeros.
Yes.
This is the first time they've ever stepped foot in Westeros. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to be going back to Dragonstone anytime soon.
No, I think we're on the path now.
Yeah.
And the way that happened, because we're getting all that. They're saying we're meeting Dickon.
Just such a stupid name. I actually like that actor. He was on Black Sails, and he was really good on that show.
Yeah.
So when I saw him, I was like, all right, yeah. Oh, he's a Tarly. Okay, cool. His name's Dickon? What?
Dickon? Really? Like, that's where we go with this? That's what we decided to... That's what you came up with? Come on, guys.
Like, I feel like his name was Willon at some point, but William on?
Richard on?
Yeah.
There we go, Richard on. But we're just going to call you Dick
on.
Oh,
yeah, Richard on. Yeah.
But it is what it is. And we get there, and in comes Dothraki. And I'm like, oh, yeah, here we go. But that's not it.
Nope.
Dragon? Is that
Drogon. Because it's named after Khal Drogo.
Oh, okay.
Drogon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And Dan, finally, we've been waiting. I guess you, as a book reader,
yes,
have been waiting since 1996. I've been waiting since season 1 to see this. We are on the dragons. Yep. We are flying, and this might be the best showing on television, movies, anywhere of a dragon.
It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like, shoot, what's that one movie that Sean Connery played a dragon? Dragonheart, yeah. This one put that to shame.
Yeah.
Like, this was absolutely incredible. Drogon is a monster, and they made him a monster. Mm-hmm. And I loved watching the making of, too. Because they showed how everything was done. It was primarily done on green screen, obviously. But just the way that they did it, it was the most complicated thing that they've done and the most ambitious project that they've done so far. Because they had to time everything perfect. The explosions, everything. Last season, put this into comparison. Last season, there was only about 16 scenes throughout the entire season of Daenerys on a dragon. This one episode showed 80 of her on a dragon.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible. And it was so cool to watch. Just seeing how she burned everything down and the charred remains of all the soldiers and everything was so fascinating to watch. It was so cool. I was blown away.
I love how Bronn is telling Jaime, look, dude, you got to get up out of here. All right, you're not a soldier. You're the commander.
Yes.
Get out. Go now.
And even Tyrion's on the side watching, and he's like, run,
you fool.
Run. Because he cares about his brother.
He does. And that was interesting to see. I'm like, man, I hope that doesn't end up playing a role later on of Tyrion kind of going, like what Danny was saying, going back to family over this. I hope that doesn't, because I like Tyrion on the side of them. And even though I still expect Danny to turn. I think he's gonna like he's kind of a tweener right now. He's kind of heel, he's kind of face, he's kind of right there on the line, and I think we're gonna get the full face turn eventually, and he's gonna be the one that kills Cersei.
Could be.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know if it's him that kills Cersei.
I think he gets tired of the bullshit and everything. He's like, you know what? Damn you, I'm done. Yeah. And he's gonna make Arya mad, so Arya's gonna kill him. No, just kidding. But he's like, no, I'm going to stay and fight.
Yeah.
And sends Bronn to get the Scorpion.
Yes. Well, mainly because he can't shoot with one hand.
And I'm getting worried because I'm like, oh man, they might get a victory here. They might go ahead and kill this damn dragon.
I was going to be pissed if they did.
I was too, because you can't kill Drogon. Like,
no, Drogon's the main one. Like, if this was Viserion or Rhaegon that she was flying in on, I would have been like, okay, maybe they might be killing a dragon tonight. But Drogon's the lead dragon. You can't do that.
And so he fires that thing, and you see Danny's like, all right, let's go get this. This boy got a weapon. Let's go get him right now. Fly into him. And Drogon ain't even scared of the damn spear coming at him. Even if it hits him, he's like, whatever, I'm going down, but I'm going to take your ass out.
Yeah,
and takes that thing out.
That was awesome. He was pissed, too.
And my buddy was like, oh, he got taken down by the spear. I'm like, dude, yeah, look, he went down, but he still took out the weapon, and he's still perfect. He's just like, Mom, get the splinter out of me.
Yeah.
You know?
And I did like when Jaime decides to pick up the spear and go at him, that, like, he looks and just tries to protect Daenerys and is just about to burn Jaime alive until Bronn jumps in and then sinks him into that lake.
When he's running and Daenerys turns, did you get the look that she was afraid or that she knew what was about to happen? Like,
I think it's kind of a fear aspect if anybody's coming at you with a spear, because you're like, I don't know if my dragon sees this. I'm kind of vulnerable at this moment. What's about to happen? And then Drogon just came in. Like, I think anybody would be afraid at that moment.
I don't know. If I got a dragon in my back, I'm going to be like, bitch, you're so dumb. What are you doing? What are you doing? Look, your little dwarf brother's up there. He's telling you, listen, he's telling you to run. Okay, you're dead.
Yeah. Now here comes the question, though, is what happens to Jaime? Is Jaime dead? Because here's the thing. You're wearing so much armor, and you're now sinking to the bottom of a lake.
Mm-hmm. Here's my thing, though. If you die in Game of Thrones,
you'll see it.
We see you die.
Yeah.
All right?
I think Bronn's probably going to go down there and try to, like, save him, like, take off the armor and pull him out.
I don't even know. I think we'll just see him splashing up on the side or the sidewalk somewhere.
He's going to have to be without armor, though. Because that armor's too weighted. There's nobody who could bring him back up from that.
True, and also his hand.
Yes,
that doesn't help the situation.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think. I don't even think Michael Phelps would be all right in that situation.
Well, Bronn isn't wearing armor.
Yeah,
remember that. So he could essentially go down, try to take off all the armor while Jaime's taking off armor, and then eventually pull him back up.
So, but this takes out a good amount of the Lannister army.
It does. Not the entirety of it, because you still got the Greyjoys, and then...
Yeah, but this was the Lannister army.
Yes,
you're right. Like, we took out a small, tiny portion of them at Castle Rock.
Yeah.
But they took their whole army here, and now they're gone.
But with the Iron Bank now supporting them, they can replenish that, like, probably tenfold with whoever they get from the east.
I guess maybe tenfold,
maybe,
but
tenfold might be too much. But
it's just I'm like, okay, at least we can replenish them. Yeah, but that was just one dragon.
It was just one dragon.
That was only one of them.
Also, that means that this was a great episode or a great moment for Daenerys' side to kind of gather intel. Because they didn't know before then that they had a contingency plan for dragons.
Yeah.
The Scorpion was the contingency plan.
It's not a very good... and it's from what I'm seeing, it's not a very good one.
It's not... You have to have precise aim. And you've got a moving target that's flying around like all over the field. And it's not like that thing is invulnerable.
No.
Like, it can be blown up pretty darn easily.
Yeah.
And I was actually surprised that out of the entire caravan, that thing survived.
Oh, when it first blew everything up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I did love when they opened it when the Dothraki soldier opened it up and it just zoom.
That was pretty cool.
I was like, oh, Dothraki, there's some bad men.
They are, man. And that was cool too because you haven't really seen them in a war or a battle.
And the best thing about this is now we this battle, we saw two sides that theoretically we care about both sides.
Yes.
We still care about Jaime, we care about Bronn, and obviously we care about Daenerys.
And all of her people.
And her people. So this was really the first battle that you're watching and you don't know who's to root for. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what jersey I'm putting on Sunday. Like I don't know this one's difficult.
It's easy for me. It's the one with the dragon on it.
Yeah. Probably. but you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. Because still, Jamie represents the evil of the world with Queen Cersei.
Yeah.
So while you still like the guy, he's not representing the best side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Matt. Again, this was probably one of the best episodes. I sat right over there here in the Kayfabe studio watching it, and I was screaming at the like, burn them bitches, burn them all. Oh man, was I screaming, bro!
You know what's interesting though? Like, as great as this episode was, it was also the shortest they've ever shown.
Really?
And you wouldn't have known.
No.
Like, I think it was just a little over 50 minutes.
Good Lord. Okay.
Yeah, but it was probably one of the best episodes they've ever had.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but where do we go from here, Matt?
Okay, so I think that Daenerys is going to go back, going to kind of lick their wounds with what happened to Drogon. Drogon's going to heal his wing a little bit.
Get a little Band-Aid.
Yeah, it's easy. And they're going to start to plan out their next move, while Cersei is starting to replenish her side from all of her losses that she just took. I think the Greyjoys are going to come into play in this next episode with something or another, like whether or not they attack Dragonstone or something, I don't know. I think they're going to come into play, especially with Theon wanting revenge, or at least for them to get Asha back. What was it?
Yara.
Is it? Oh, it is Yara. Who's Asha?
I don't know.
I think Asha was somebody. Can't remember. Anyway, I'm reading the books too right now. So, as far as Winterfell, that's I don't know. I'm really
well. We see that we
sure.
have sent a raven to Jon from Winterfell.
Yes.
And I don't think it says, "Yo, dude, that's your aunt."
Yeah. No.
But it looks like the walkers are getting closer next episode too.
I think they are, but I still don't think they're gonna quite do anything in this next episode. I think they're gonna find a way around, like you were saying, where they're gonna freeze the lake, and then they're going to, maybe the next episode, probably one of the episodes before the season finale, like start, maybe just from the forces in Winterfell, start attacking, but it's not going to be Jon.
What I'm thinking is Cersei's going to get the heads up. Cersei's going to get the go ahead. I'm on top. I'm winning this. Daenerys, you are losing.
Yeah.
And right when we think Cersei's good, boom, the White Walkers are going to hit, and Jon's going to be like, "Yo, bitch, I told you." You see, this is what happens. And next season is going to be the real White Walkers.
I think next season, is going to be the White Walker War. I think this season is the War for King's Landing. So I don't think Cersei or Daenerys or anybody is going to really focus too much on the White Walkers right now. I think Winterfell and the North is going to be the only ones that are even focused on them. And also, the black. Why can't I think? The Crows. The Night's Watch.
Be interesting to see either way. So, anyway, all right, that's this week's comment. We did all right. We did 30 minutes, so that's good.
That's what we were aiming for.
Do you need to get up out of here, Matt, or do you have time to stick around and do some box office talk?
Oh, we can do box office talk, sure.
All right, cool. We're going to go into a quick commercial break, and then Matt and I are going to break down the box office just a little bit.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jordan Hart, and I am the owner and sole doctor at Athletic Edge Chiropractic. And at Athletic Edge, we offer a variety of services to help you basically be the best that you can be. So we are a chiropractic office. We offer full chiropractic services, including extremity work, as well as a variety of soft tissue techniques and deep tissue laser therapy. So if you're in need of some body work, give me a call, 214-883-9550. My email is drhartdfw@gmail.com.
All right, so once again, Matt is still here with us. We're going to break down the box office just a little bit. So last week, Matt, my predictions were I went Dark Tower was going to take number 1. Detroit was going to take number 2. Dunkirk sticking in there at number 3. I thought the Emoji Movie would stay in there at number 4. And I went with Spider-Man at number 5. I thought Spidey would stick it out because I didn't think anyone was really interested in Halle Berry's kid getting kidnapped again. Because I don't know,
didn't we see that movie already?
She needs to stop being a mom because her kids just keep getting kidnapped.
Also, she needs to stop being like that telephone operator person.
Yeah,
because that happened again.
I know it's just not good. But the actual box office, we did have The Dark Tower come in at number 1. Only getting $19 million on a $60 million budget.
That's absolutely insane.
No, yeah, definitely not good. Dunkirk actually stuck in at 17 million, down 35% from last weekend to add to its total gross of $133 million on a $100 budget. So Dunkirk's doing really well. The Emoji Movie sticking in there at number 3, pulling in $12 million, down 51%. Just barely making back its budget now. It's at 49 on a $50 million budget. Girls Trip, which I'm hearing incredible things about. I hear
that one was surprising.
Hilarious. I'd like to go see it. It's down 42%, bringing in $11 million this weekend for a total of $85 million domestically on a $19 million budget.
You know that one's going to be... They're going to make a sequel just based on the fact that they made so much money on a low-budget movie.
I think this year... Girls Trip is this year's Bad Moms.
Yes, yeah.
So definitely doing good there. And then we have Kidnapped at the number 5 spot. So,
oh my God!
Yeah, pulled in $10 million.
Come on, people, we've already seen it.
I know. Pulled in $10 million. Spider-Man at number 6 only pulled in 8, and then you got to drop down to the number 8 spot to see Detroit, which pulled in $7 million on its technically second week.
Well, Detroit. I kind of understand that. I would have liked Detroit to be higher, but. It's one of those more powerful, hard-hitting movies, so... And it doesn't... I don't know. Catherine Bigelow movies don't necessarily do amazing, but they make a lot of awards.
Yeah. Well, and also the thing about it is it's a lot longer than I thought it was. It's about two and a half.
Yeah, that's a long time to commit to a powerful movie like that.
Exactly. So it's one that you're not going to want... There's not going to be a lot of repeat viewing on it at all because of how tough it is. Like, I had people walk out of the theater because it was so hard to be watching in the theater I was in. And I went to see it the day I got back from Vegas, and it was either go see Dark Tower or Detroit. And my buddy didn't know what Dark Tower was, but had seen a trailer for Detroit and wanted to go. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go to it. I was really expecting, because I hadn't looked much up about how long it was. I was expecting hour and a half, hour 45 max.
Yeah.
So, man, and it's 2.5 hours of that is tough.
Yeah. That is. And I don't blame the people for walking out.
Yeah.
Because that's a powerful movie, man. Because the story that they're telling it's rough. Mm-hmm. It's a really rough story. So... it's not surprising. I guess Dunkirk's still sitting around at number 2, right?
Yes.
Like, that one is a little bit surprising to me.
Yeah.
But I guess when there's not that many options,
you can tell we're getting into the summer's ending now. So,
and man, at the beginning of the year, we really thought, when we were going over the summer movie season, we really thought that Dark Tower was going to blow it out of the water. But
absolutely.
$19 million, that's a flop.
Yeah, on a what was it, $80 million budget? Did I say? Let me go back here and check that out. It's very intriguing because, and I think it had to do a lot with the reviews.
Yes,
like the reviews were not very. They weren't really brought in very well. A lot of people didn't really like it.
No, and I think it was. I guess the harshest criticism, it comes from the fact that people were focusing more on the similarities from the books. And necessarily than just watching the movie as a whole. And still, as the movie as a whole, it's still not like the best, but it really emphasizes that it's not great because you're basing it off of a book series that people love.
And what's weird about it, because it's not really an adaptation of the book, it's kind of a sequel to the book.
Yes.
And so I don't know what this does for the idea of the possible television show they want, because we know that this.
Well, that one's still rolling. That one they're still doing because they just hired on one of the guys who used to be a part of The Walking Dead. He used to be the showrunner for The Walking Dead. Now he's coming in and he's going to be the showrunner for the Dark Tower TV series.
When did they bring him in?
They announced that after the movie came out.
So this week.
It was over the weekend. I think it was like
so we hadn't yet
Friday
got the weekend numbers.
No, we didn't.
So I wonder if that's going to put a wrench in it and them go, hold up, let's slow this down a minute and think about this.
It could, but I still think they need to make the pilot. Then they need to sell it to networks.
Yeah.
And I think depending on the network that hires them, they might discount how much of a budget that they'll give them based on the fact that the numbers didn't do well. But with the promise that there's a high ceiling for what they could do with the TV series versus with the movie.
Definitely, there's much more you can do. And I hear that this was... It was over 2 hours. It was like 2.5, 2:45, and they cut it down to nearly an hour and a half.
Which is insane. That's weird.
Kind of confusing to me of why you would do that.
I don't understand it because there's so much that they could have done with that time that we don't know what's on the cutting room floor at this point.
Exactly.
But it obviously felt like it needed more time to permeate. That you needed more Dark Tower movies to kind of get with what they were trying to go with.
Yeah.
But instead it was Idris Elba versus Matthew McConaughey. Let's see what happens. And people just ended up not liking it.
Again, really weird because Matt McConaughey and Idris Elba, like those are two people that I see them in a movie and I want to see it.
Yeah.
So, especially Matthew McConaughey. I love Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
All right.
I drive a Lincoln. And have you ever sat in the back seat of a Lincoln? You should.
You should try. All right.
Seriously, man.
Hey.
That dude, his Lincoln commercials kill me.
No BS. I actually have like all his like rom-com movies.
Yeah, I know. That's not surprising.
Those are some of my like when if I want to watch a rom-com, he's in it. So and 9 times out of 10, Goldie Hawn's daughter's in it too.
Yep. Oh, there was like a long stretch where he just kept doing movies like rom-coms with her and Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah. They did a couple of them together. Failure to Launch. Fool's Gold was great.
That's one of my favorites.
I like that movie a lot.
I literally will watch that at least like every 3 or 4 months or so. I'll just throw it on.
I still maintain that his performance and Tom Cruise's performance in Tropic Thunder were probably my 2 favorites.
Yes.
Especially the part where he runs in with the TiVo. And he's just like, I got that TiVo! He throws it up and explodes, and he just runs off. Like, that was just amazing. I loved Matthew McConaughey in that.
Oh, yeah. So good. All right, well, this weekend we got some movies coming out. We got The Nut Job 2.
Which,
Nutty by Nature.
Has Jackie Chan in it as a bunny.
Nutty.
So there you go.
It's called Nutty by Nature.
I know. Not Natty by Nature.
No, but Nutty by Nature. And we have Annabelle 2. Or Annabelle Creation.
It's a prequel, actually.
It's a prequel. Okay, so the first Annabelle opening weekend brought in $37 million. Part of the Conjuring universe. Conjuring brought in $41 opening weekend. Conjuring 2 about $40. So we're right around that area there. As far as The Nut Job, I honestly don't know what to think about this movie.
I was surprised that they even made a second one. Because the first one, I didn't think it did that well.
And it's not just that; it's that we have, the Emoji Movie did not do very good at all. And I think thanks to Pixar and Disney now, we're expecting. You can't just make a movie just for kids. You gotta make a good movie.
Yes.
Or we're not going to take parents aren't going to take their kids to see it.
Yeah. And you look at the other previous movies that have come out and done well. I mean, you've had Book of Life. Mm-hmm. That one was an animated one that did fairly well. Angry Birds actually didn't do terrible. But all of the pattern with a lot of these movies is that they were actually decent.
Yeah.
Emoji Movie from the start was a terrible premise.
Yeah.
And then you had The Nut Job 2, which is a sequel to another movie that didn't do that well. Like, it was almost like the whole Open Season movie franchise, where everybody was like, why? Why are we still doing this?
Yeah. Oh, that one was bad, too.
So, I mean, suffice it to say, I would have to say that probably Nut Job 2 will probably, in my box office top 5 list, I would say it would probably fall anywhere between 3 or 4, and I just think because families want to bring their kids to something, and they don't want to see emoji movie, I guess. And it won't make a lot of money, but it'll at least do fairly well to make it on the top 5, I would say.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at that. What are your predictions for the top 5? What do you have?
All right, so I will say that Dunkirk will still be up there.
Okay.
I'll say Dunkirk will probably say 3. They dropped down a peg. Mm-hmm. I'll say Dark Tower 2.
Okay.
I'll give Nut Job 2 the 4 spot. I guess Girls Trip stay at 5 because this is such an anemic list.
Yeah.
And then number 1 I'll give to Annabelle Creation because there's a following there.
Exactly. Horror movies do well opening week.
They do.
People like to go see them,
Yeah.
and this is part of a very big a franchise that is pretty
Yes.
strong. So I'm a little different from you. I'm going Annabelle at number 1.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to put the Nut Job at number 2
Okay.
because I think Dark Tower is going to drop a little bit more, probably around the $15 million range.
You mean like 3 or 4 that spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the Nut Job can maybe pull in 16 or so. Maybe only beat it by 1,000 or something
You're
like
right.
that.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I'm going to put the Nut Job at number 2. Dark Tower there at 3. I'm going to put Girls Trip at 4. And Dunkirk at 5. Because I think Dunkirk is going to continue to drop. And there's such still good word of mouth. I think they're going to be very, very close. But they're going to be right there on the edge together.
That's a solid list. I mean, it could go either way. I think the reviews for Dark Tower are, you're right, are going to be still like so scathing that people aren't going to want to even shovel out the money to go see it.
Yeah.
I think there are going to be those fans that are like, oh, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And I think that's going to be the main funding for this weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they're going to do very well.
Absolutely, I agree. Well, that's our box office prediction. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA to let us know what you guys think about the box office. And, maybe I eventually probably should read some of those out here on the show. I never really do. I just kind of look at what people have to say and whatnot. So we'll get into that. All right, let's get into these giveaways real quick. First up, we have the Kingsman shirt and fidget spinner. And the winner of that is going to be Tony Morrow I believe it's at Tony Morrow on Twitter, or Tony Morrow SB, at Tony Morrow SB. So Tony, go ahead, send me a DM and I will get this stuff sent out to you. For the Black Panther poster, what you had to do was subscribe to SCNS and share the most recent episode. The winner of that is going to one Rick Malquest. So Rick, send me a message on Facebook or Twitter or somehow, and we can get you that Black Panther poster. And follow me on Snapchat to get the Thor Ragnarok exclusive poster. That one is going to Meredith. So, Meredith, you are the winner. Go ahead and send me a message, whether it's Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, somehow. Send me a message, and I will get all these out to you. I want to thank everybody who had these giveaways. And we are going to give away, the next 3 weeks, we're going to have 3 different giveaways. Kong Skull Island, Beauty and the Beast, the live-action Beauty and the Beast, and Power Rangers, all digital downloads. What you're going to want to do is retweet my pinned tweet that is up on my Twitter right now. That pin is a pin of the Cinelinx version, Cinelinx episode of this right here. This week, you're going to be able to pick between the 3 movies what you want to win. So retweet that pinned tweet, and the winner will win one of those digital download movies. You know, guys, I love being able to sit here and talk to you guys, whether it's on It Is What It Is, or Jackass Reviews, or Go Home, or even Jackass 1, a Star Wars podcast. I love having conversations with you guys right here on the Podbean channel, on all my different podcasts, on the Jackass Nation. And being able to do that has been quite difficult, but I got to thank a lot of you guys for making it a little bit easier on me. And you know how you do that? You do that by working with Amazon, because Amazon has come to me. They've come to the Jackass Nation, and they said, hey, we want to help you out. We want to make sure to keep everything on your Podbean channel completely free of charge so that the Jackass Nation can check out all your different shows and not have to pay a single dime to hear your opinions on whatever it is you want to talk about. All you got to do is use this link. And so what this link is that you can find in all the description of every podcast I have, as well as on my Twitter, normally pinned to the top of the profile. Sometimes there's something else there, but I always tweet. I like to tweet it out on Tuesdays around the time I wake up, but it has the link that you click on and it takes you to Amazon. Now what this link does is it just takes you to Amazon. It doesn't take you to like my specific Amazon, it doesn't take you anything else. It just takes you to Amazon. Instead of typing in www.amazon.com, all you do is click this link, maybe even go and bookmark. Once you click the link, then hit that bookmark, and then every time you go to Amazon, use that link, and whenever you buy something, Amazon says, hey, this guy bought it from the Jackass Nation link, therefore, he is a listener of the Jackass Nation. So, let's give a little bit of money back to the podcast channel so that they can continue to provide all of the content free of charge. That's right. Amazon throws back to me just because you clicked on a link and bought from there. It doesn't make anything more expensive. It's still the exact same price as it would be. There's no upcharges or surcharges or hidden fees. It's just Amazon, and they're just saying, this guy's a listener of the Jackass Nation, and they like to use Amazon, so let's give back to the Jackass Nation. Let's make sure everyone continues to get all this content absolutely free of charge. So once again, make sure to click that link in the description of this video or on my Twitter. All right, guys. Also, we have a lot coming up here. I know within the next week, I believe it by next weekend, probably Friday, I'm going to have a brand new episode of Go Home up. It is SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen. So get ready for that. It is going down. I don't know who's going to be the guest on the show. I want to try and find someone to talk SummerSlam with, so I'll try and bring somebody on here.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know if you want to have me on every show that you do, but yeah. I have been paying very close attention to that landscape.
I know you have, but if I'm not mistaken, you're about to leave town.
I am. I'm leaving town.
Where are we going again?
This weekend, I will be in Orlando for the Call of Duty World League Championships, where a prize pool of $1.4 million will be up for grabs, where the best Call of Duty players from around the world, they've been fighting, they've been just going at it against each other for a chance to be in this tournament, and it's going to be epic.
That's awesome to hear. I guess people can follow along with what's going on.
Yeah, you can follow. Well, I'm going to be posting a lot of things on my own Twitter at Move the Joystick, but you're also going to want to follow Cinelinx on every single social media site. Instagram, yes, we have an Instagram account. Twitter, Facebook, because I'm going to be doing a lot of Facebook Lives about the event, what's going on, answering any questions, kind of sharing in the moment with everybody else watching at home, because that's going to be going on Friday, Saturday, and then they're crowning the winner on Sunday.
All right, that's right. So you'll be back early within the week.
I'll be back on Monday morning.
Okay, cool. Well, then we will definitely probably maybe get you on here then, and we can talk WWE Go Home for next Friday and whatnot. So that'll be great to have.
A lot of things are going to be going on next Friday, just so you know. We've got a lot of content. We've got Go Home, great show you do every single pay-per-view that comes out, and then that night is Mario Kart Madness live from Nirvana Food and Spirits in Frisco, Texas, where it's going to be an epic Mario Kart tournament for a chance to face off between either you or Zach, as you guys will be fighting in the main event for the Cinelinx Gaming Championship in an Injustice 2 Best of 5 match.
Look, Zach is really good. He is a great talent. He knows what he's doing.
Drunk Zach's better.
Drunk Zach is really good. We're at a bar, so that plays to his strengths. However, it's Injustice, baby. That's all I do right now is Injustice. And it would be an injustice for me to... It's already an injustice that I'm not a champion. And with you kind of being the figurehead that has ushered this tournament, ushered this new era of gaming championships.
This federation,
this
if you will.
federation, so to be.
Yes.
Into era. I do think it is still an injustice that he was given a title, because I'm pretty sure I destroyed everybody in the first one.
Here's the thing.
And
he wasn't.
Not only did I destroy, not a single one of y'all even beat me one round.
That's a good point.
They never even went to a third fight. Nothing. It was just me destroying everyone.
That's a great point.
I did it once with Gorilla Grodd.
It's a great point, and you have a lot of merit in that statement. But let me ask you a question. A lot of the time throughout this entire build up to Mario Kart Madness, you have been talking trash, Zach's been talking trash. While y'all been talking trash, have you seen him with the title at all?
I have not.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because I have the title.
Oh, you have the title.
Because right now it's up for grabs. Neither one of you are champion. Both of you are fighting for the undisputed championship.
Yet he's held the title and had it at some point. I haven't even seen the damn thing.
Let's be honest, because it's the way it is right now is not the official championship. No. So like how you were holding my belt, my literal belt, that was also not the championship. So essentially he hasn't held the championship because I'm currently working on actually decaling it to be the actual gaming championship.
All right. Well, that's what I like to hear, that I will be given the chance. And that takes place on August 18th. At Nerdvana. Look, you can watch it live on YouTube.com.
We're going to be on YouTube.com/Cinelinx. Mm-hmm. We're also going to be on Cinelinx.com. We're going to be on Facebook.com/Cinelinx. Pretty much anything Cinelinx related, that's where you will find this gaming tournament. And let me just go through the list of people that we have that's going to be involved. It's going to be myself. It's going to be you. It's going to be Zach in the main event. I won't be in the main event. I will be in the tournament itself. And then also joining me in the tournament, you got Rob Entropy, a great gamer. He also plays the Nintendo Switch, is what we're going to be playing it on, so that's a leg up for him. You've got the Kingsman. Michael Schaefer will be in attendance to play. You've also got LA, and LA made it to the finals in the ARMS tournament, so he is always a threat. We got
a contender.
Yeah, you got an up-and-comer in Ashley, she's been a long-time Nintendo gamer, so she's going to come in and throw her hat in the ring. Also, one guy that I'm very excited about, he is part of that Dot Mob gang. Kenny frickin' Steele will be a part of this tournament.
Infamous Kenny Steele. And you know what? He needs a title belt now that he's no longer MPX champion.
That's disappointing. So he's going to have a lot of motivation to come in here and capture that belt eventually with whoever he plays later on. And then we're going to have IiWiIJA. For those of you who watch What the Force, that is our angry producer, AJ, will also be a part of this tournament. And
angry
a mystery
producer, AJ.
Yes.
I like that.
And a mystery contender will also be throwing their hat into this race.
Well, that's awesome. You're not going to want to miss out. It's going to be great. Come see me destroy Zach. He's really good, but his time is up, and I'm going to reign supreme. Going forward, the winner of the tournament will be number one contender for the next month.
Yes. So for September, it'll be whoever wins the Mario Kart Madness versus whoever wins the Injustice 2 Best of 5 matches, and the champion picks the game because that's champion's advantage.
Champion's advantage. You got to have that.
But I will say this. The champion cannot pick the same game. So it can't be Injustice 2 every single time.
Well, I wasn't told about that. That's not cool. Okay. Well,
if you win, there are other games that you've played.
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah, well,
there's also Star Wars.
You can't do two-player Battlefront yet.
You can do against each other. We played against each other, LA and I did, for a game on What the Force. Mm-hmm.
Oh, how do you do? I've tried to do that. I haven't been able to.
I'll teach you.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're going to start getting up out of here, guys. Matt, tell the good people of the Jackass Nation where they can find you.
You can find me, like I said, this weekend in Orlando from Friday to Sunday at Move the Joystick and on Cinelinx.com for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx.com. Or we should use their actual tagline. Movies, games, yeah, that's us, or something like that. I got to actually read the tagline. Yeah, you can find me there. You can find me every Friday, except for this one, on What the Force. And you will also find me on SCNS on Thursday nights. And the upcoming series that we will be having for gaming tournaments that I will be announcing the name of later on.
All right, that sounds good. Y'all know you can find me. I will possibly be at What the Force this Friday. I don't know. I'm going to try. You never know. It's something always comes up.
All those pictures that are coming out, there's a lot of content to talk about.
Yeah, you know me, guys. I'm always grinding. I'm always working. There's so many different shows I've tried to be on, and sometimes I fall off. I haven't been on Channel Control in weeks. I haven't either. What the Force in weeks, but I'm going to be there. Don't forget to check out Channel Control this weekend as well. Don't forget to check out What the Force tonight, SCNS Live. Make sure you guys check that out as well. We want to once again thank Cinelinx.com for putting It Is What It Is on Cinelinx. I want to thank you, Matt, because you kind of helped me get that on there now. Oh, this is the 100th episode.
That's amazing.
And we're now powered by Cinelinx.
The reason why we brought you on, or we brought It Is What It Is and your voice onto Cinelinx.com, is because you have worked tirelessly to make It Is What It Is what it is. And you're always constantly growing it. You're always thinking of new ways to build it. And that alone, that's the ambition we need on Cinelinx.com. And it's a remarkable podcast that we had to be behind. So absolutely, we're happy to have you on there.
Well, once again, thank you very much. I do really appreciate it. I'm humbled by the fact that I can be on there and you guys can help me and care to watch this. All 5 listeners out there, I want to thank them. And then also, big shout out once again to Zach for giving me that awesome logo on the show here. And do not forget to go check out Johnny LaQuasto presents Johnny LaQuasto's Johnny LaQuasto. It is legitimately one of the funniest albums. It is number 8 on the Billboard charts right now.
Is it? Good for him. I love the album cover.
Yes.
It's so great.
It's one of the funniest comedy albums you will ever hear. Check it out. You can get it on iTunes. You can get it on QuastoAlbum.com. Go check that out. You hear that go home music. We're going to get up out of here. You know how to hit me up at Real Jackass B.C. That's RealJackassBC on all social media. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Hit me up next time. And remember, guys, it is what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. Follow BC on Twitter at Real Jackass BC. Subscribe on Podbean.com to Jackass Nation. And subscribe to the Offshoots Network on iTunes. Views and opinions expressed by BC do not necessarily reflect those of the Offshoots or Podbean. We'll see you next time on It Is What It Is.